to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go. Just let your body.
Alright, so we are looking at the respiratory system. So if you want to join in on your Nearpod, you can put in this code. It's the teacher-led one. If you are doing this on your own, you will need to use the code from the newsletter, your Google Classroom, or your Teams. This is a code that only works for anybody who's doing it right now, which seems to only be me right now. So this code is up, but if you have any questions, let me know. So we're talking about, of course, the respiratory system. So this guy's the one who's been making several of these system ones. He's done a lot of great work for it, so I'm going to give him a shout out right there. Going to our objectives. So by the end of this Nearpod, I want you to be able to explore the structure and function of the respiratory system. And I want you to investigate the interaction of this system with other systems. So this takes about 30-45 minutes in a classroom setting. So about one day. So when you hear the word respiratory, what do you think of? So at this point, if you are using this, pause and answer this question. Otherwise, we're going to continue. So vocabulary, we have three things we're going to talk about. Lungs. Lungs are the organs in the body that get oxygen from the air we breathe. We have our trachea. It's called our windpipe. It filters the air we breathe. And then we have our diaphragm, the main muscle used when breathing, located at the bottom of your lungs. It pushes and expands. Then you would, thinking about the words I just said, answer the fill in the blank. If you are answering as we are going on, please pause me now. And otherwise, I'm going on. So what is the respiratory system? So this is the system responsible for helping the body breathe. Our bodies breathe air, which the respiratory system filters. When we breathe in, we get oxygen delivered to our body, and then as we breathe out, we have carbon dioxide taken away. Remember, oxygen is only about 24% of the air we're breathing in, so not all of it is taken in for that. Going on. So, video slide. So, if you are watching this on your own, you would be putting your headphones on so you can watch. During the video, I want you to think about why do we yawn as humans? And then there's going to be on the fill in the blank slide after this video. Of course, I cannot push go because it is a copyrighted video. It's somebody else's. So it talks about why do we yawn. And after that, so you would push play, pause me, and of course continue on when you're ready. So then you fill in the blanks of thinking about it was once thought that blank because we need more blank. But now blank believes it's actually blank the brain. Brain temperature is blank when we are blank, which is why we yawn blank when we are tired. So this is a new one. So it's talking about a preconception. This is one that I even thought about when I was younger. So how does this work? So oxygen is used to convert food into energy. So when food is being converted, carbon dioxide is then being released. The system is how we get the oxygen in, the carbon dioxide out. It's the exchange. As the air comes in, it goes through our nose or mouth, down our trachea, into the bronchi, and then our lungs. Then the diaphragm is that muscle that moves it up and down. So, matching activity. Because our bodies sometimes depend on oxygen, sometimes people have to breathe through special masks or oxygen tanks to protect their systems or allow them to go places with little or no oxygen. So, like, scuba divers have to have tanks. A lot of people take up tanks like to go to Everest. And going on. And so then you would match the pictures. This is one of my favorite ones. Nope. Oh, there's one. Nope. Oh, there. Nope. That one. And I love how it always randomizes it. So you can see how I do it and then show the question. So, which picture shows the least amount of protection for our respiratory system? So this one is also huge when we're talking about the virus that's going around. How do we protect our system? So when we're looking at something, our protection or our personal protection, the one that's going to be the least one, I'm going to guess is like this because these are full body protections. So let's see. Exactly, I am correct. So, where are your lungs? They're, of course, located in your chest. A lot of us learned this in elementary when we were doing organs. So, take a deep breath. So, when we notice our chest moves out, that's our lungs filling up. It's expanding your ribs out. Your rib cage protects your lungs from damage. Your left lung is actually slightly smaller. And you kind of think about it. What's on the left side that can make that lung to be smaller? And of course, that is your heart. Your heart, because we always put our hands over our left. So what is a big thing with our lungs? We have to keep them healthy. One of the best ways to keep your lungs healthy is to exercise. When you work hard, you're breathing hard, which of course makes your lungs stronger. One of the things that can hurt your lungs is smoking. Smoking puts things in bad chemicals in your lungs. That tartar, that buildup is bad for your bronchi, and it builds up. Those cells go bad, and a lot of times it's really, really hard and many years before your lungs get better after smoking. Cigarettes have a lot of toxins in them, and the problem is as it coats your lungs, it takes longer and longer for that to get out of your system and to recover. So there's a website coming next. We're going to be talking about asthma. So asthma is a lung disease that makes the lungs more sensitive. In class, we would have read this with a partner and discussed our questions. If you would like to, you can comment on our post and actually discuss together on our posts. And at the end, you're going to report on something that you learned. So this is our asthma initiative for Michigan. It's their website basically detailing about what is asthma, can you outgrow it, can you die from it. You would go through and read this website thinking about asthma. If it's not loading up, you can always click here and it would open into its own website. So you'll notice it'll open up and it's kind of a question and answer format. So thinking about how does asthma work? How does it interact with your lungs? All right, you can pause here if you are reading. Otherwise, we're going on. So then what is one thing you learned? So when you're going through the website, at the end, I want you to tell me one thing that pertains to the website that's really important that you believe. All right, reviewing. So this system is responsible for your breathing, the in and out. Our bodies take the oxygen in and remove carbon dioxide. Our lungs are in our chest, protected by our rib cage. And we want to make sure we exercise and don't smoke to keep our lungs healthy. There is a quiz coming up, and hopefully you do your best. So going in, I'm not going to show you the answers. I did figure out that was slightly silly last time I showed the answers. If you want to have any feedback on that, I will give you one-on-one feedback. And then this is a question from me to you of what is one thing you learned from this lesson today. So reflection, thinking about how do you feel about this topic. And if we were in class, we would turn and share 3 interesting facts that we found about. Thank you guys for this lesson. There are continuing slides, and these are mainly additional things for you. Another yawn video. And then, did you yawn? So, it's kind of a challenge at the end, and here's some credits here. Go ahead and try it. See